Micky, we're approaching the playoff eliminator against Halifax on Wednesday. How significant is this game for the squad and the club as a whole?
Well, it's huge because it's we've worked hard to try and get the opportunity to be able to do, and now we're closing in now, and what should be a really exciting night under the floodlights, and I think near enough a full house, so it's terrific.
It'll have been 9 days since our last competitive game against Ebbsfleet. How have you used that time with the players?
The best way we can, just trying to keep a rhythm and try and keep the week the same as what it would be in a normal season week. We've got the necessary work in, and I mean necessary, what they needed to do, or we never overdid it. So we believe we're in a good place now and ready to go.
There was a really good buzz around Boundary Park last Monday, a great atmosphere. How important was it to sign off in the league campaign on a high and with 3 points?
Massive, because I think that's my first full season, but we've had probably a season in 3 quarters or something like that, and it was always what we wanted to do was to try and give the supporters big games, but important games, and try and get that opportunity of trying to get back into the Football League. And now we've been able to give ourselves that opportunity. It's exciting, and it's you've seen the response from the supporters, which is terrific. It's what it's all about. We should be really excited. We should be we should be delighted that we're giving ourselves the opportunity to show what a fantastic football club that we are, and we've been able to do that. Now it's up to us to hopefully win a game of football and take it a stage further.
You've navigated 3 successful campaigns, I think, in your managerial career. As a manager, what are the key things you need from your players at this stage?
Focus. Not getting caught up in stuff that doesn't help you to gain a result. Embrace the atmosphere and use it positively. But we have to go and play the game, and we have to go and play well. People will talk about tactics and all the rest of it. You need your players to play well in these environments. So we'll be trying to do all we can to get our players to play well. And if we do, we'll give ourselves a really good chance of progressing. So that's what we'll be focusing on. Everything else we can affect, because you can drum out the stuff that's not going to make you perform. But it's exciting, and I want us to go and enjoy it, and I want us to be. I mean, the lads have done great to get us to this. So to fill this ground again, after what this football club has been through, should be celebrated. The club's on the way back. It's shown great signs. Still a long way to go, but definitely loads of positivity. It should all be about positivity, which will fuel the players, give the players energy. And away we go.
These are big games, as you mentioned. There's a lot at stake. Do your messages to the players change at all?
You don't change anything. That's the big mistake. You've got yourself to this stage. Regardless how you go to, you've accumulated enough points over the course of 46 really tough games to get yourself into this position now. And now it's about building on that, and being consistent in the things that give us opportunity to go and compete in this little cup competition with a big prize at the end. So no, it'll be more of the same, but just making sure that they focus and they concentrate on, like I say, it's always about your players playing well. So the players go out and play well, we will be fine, and we will hopefully enjoy a really good evening. But we have to get that right.
We played Halifax 3 times so far this season. Will those games have any bearing on this one?
Only because we know each other well, and we've just gone through, a 46-game season where you watch other teams play, and you would have seen in Halifax, or you've watched them because you were going to play against them. So we know each other really well. We'll both have done our due diligence and make sure that we speak to the players about everything that we need to do to give ourselves a chance of gaining a result. So and it's like a derby game, isn't it? So that makes for extra excitement. So I'm looking forward to it.
What sort of a game are you expecting?
Like playoffs. I mean, if everybody's watched the playoffs, they're frantic. you get another crack, you get a second leg, but this is it. So this is the ones that you like, because you know that this is it. So, yeah, I'm expecting a really good atmosphere, and two groups of players fighting and scrapping and working hard to try and get through to the next stage.
As you touched on at the start, we're on course for a sold-out boundary park with a crowd of over 11,000. You've said repeatedly that Olden as a club needs big games. Is this what any player and manager comes to a club like Olden for?
This is what I came to Olden to try and give them. Olden's been through an awful lot, not just sort of the last 11 years, but it hasn't even been in the playoffs. It's been much longer than that. So it's important that we sort of turned that around and looked likely to try and give ourselves a chance of going back up the league and leagues again. So it's taken a lot of hard work, but most definitely in order to grow and build as a football club, you need big games. To get big games, you need good players, and you need to win games and get results. So the players and the staff have managed to do that, and now we give the Oldham supporters something to come along and get excited about, which you want to try and do as a football club. And Wednesday night gives everybody the opportunity to show the size of football club that this is, and hopefully we can go and deliver on that.
There's some experienced players in the squad who've been through this situation before. Will that be crucial in this game?
You would be lying if you didn't think experience helps, but you've still got to go and play well. So you just got to go out there and try and do what you do in order to make us a good team. So it'll be all of them. We'll be encouraged to go out there and be the best version of yourself, but definitely going through it before will help. So yeah, we have got a number of experienced players, and hopefully we can rely on them to play well.
I think you made 5 changes to the lineup against Ebbsfleet last week from the previous game. Have those changes given you food for thought maybe in this game?
I mean, people say changes all the time, Al, and sometimes they're just forced on you. We have injuries. We have injuries, and we with some of the injuries that we've had over the season, or even in that game, you just have a look around and you think, well, maybe we change that a wee bit, or we're forced into it, or players would have to go and play in different positions or whatever. Like young Will's found himself having to do for us a few times because we don't have like 3 and 4 defenders sometimes this season, but he stepped in and did a brilliant job. All the players should be giving me food for thought. All the players should be putting me under pressure to pick them, but I'll be looking to try and pick a team that I believe that will get us a positive result, like I always try and do.
And just finally, you mentioned last week the players who have been injured recently who might be available. Is there any latest on those?
Leaks broke down again, so that's a bit of bad news, but everybody else is trained, and the ones that are long term that have been out for pretty much most or all of the season won't be available. But the majority of the squad that's left have had a good, was it 10 days? A good 10 days training, and all looks positive.
Good luck on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Do you enjoy these games?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love it. It's if ever you want to be tested as a manager, you'll be tested in the playoffs. This is where, apart from if you're sort of in the Premier League and you're playing all that, I think every manager that's gone under the umbrella, if you like, of the playoffs will tell you that this is it. This is where you find out an awful lot about yourself. I've gone through it an awful lot of times. I don't even know how many times, but and that's not me trying to be egotistical. I don't know how many, but I've gone through it enough to know that this is where you're tested. Be that as a player, or be that as a manager, or a family member, or a fan. This is it now. This is the big fella. So get yourself ready.
What's it like emotionally? Because I imagine when you win them, it's the best feeling. But is it much worse if you don't?
Well, I've done both, but it's not nice to obviously lose it, and it's the best feeling in the world to win it. but you let your mind drift and you lose your focus and start thinking about winning and losing it before you deal with what's here now. You'll find yourself in trouble because the games will pass like lightning, like sand through your hands. They go so fast, and moments can change it, like any game. But because this is do or die, the moments will be massive, and you've got to make sure that you get more of them going your way.
Is that maybe the key to play without that fear of losing? Just make sure you do what you know you can do.
I don't know about the key, but what I can tell you is if you don't play the moment, and you start thinking about what's gone or what's gone in front of you, like any game of football, you'll be in trouble because you'll lose your focus. You've just got to just deal with it now and be good at the moments when they come, and be prepared to try and do well in them. But like I keep saying, you've got to play well. You've got to play well. That's football. I think sometimes people forget that they're human beings, and sometimes players will play well and they won't. You've just got to make sure that your players play well, and if they play well, you get a good opportunity to win it.
I think the last Olden Athletic manager to win a promotion was Joe Royle back in 1991. Does it fuel you to do something what so many of us haven't managed to?
Now that you've said that would be great, but I'm very much all about the players in the football club, and then if we achieve that, then maybe if somebody sat me down and said, "Do you know what, Micky? That's the first time since Joe Royle," I'd probably go, "All right, that's fantastic." But the main thing is that we do all we can to try and I sincerely mean this, to just try and get these players ready, get them supported, and try and get them over the line on Wednesday night. That's what we've got to do. We've got to get as much positivity around it as possible. None of this negativity. It's a cup competition now that these players have earned the right to go and fight for a place to get this football club out this division, and we'll support them and able to do that. And then all the other stuff, if we do achieve that, we'll enjoy later. But for the minute, we've got a huge training session again tomorrow, and then we've got a massive game on Wednesday night to go and deal with. So we're excited about it. We're looking forward to it.
Do you like the National League format with the one leg eliminator semi-final rather than the two legs that you have?
You do if you win it. I've had both. Yeah, I've done it before and won it, and I've had the two legs, and I think we won that as well. I don't know. I think it, for the league, it keeps a lot more teams in it, doesn't it? And it means that not just the sort of the top five are fighting for something. You can go all the way right down to halfway in the league, and then the rest of the league below that are fighting to try and stay in the league. So it keeps the season interesting, that's for sure, and it keeps it exciting. But we all know the rules at the start, and we all know what we're fighting for. They don't change them at some stage to suit. We know that that's what the format is, and we accept that. And I think it's still exciting, isn't it? It's still exciting, and we're definitely ready and real looking forward to it.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Cheers.
Is that what you love about the playoffs, the jeopardy and the challenge? Is that the main thing?
I think you're tested all the time as a manager, but this is different. This is different because it's all on. It's all on the line, and you will get asked to maybe make decisions that you know affect this game, and this is the last game. This is it now. There's not a lot of people that could live in our world now. People play Football Manager and they think, "Oh, I do that." No. Now you're into something that can change so much. And the prize for other clubs that are in it is huge. So it takes a certain type of person to be able to make decisions underneath that scrutiny, if you like. And that's where you'll find out an awful lot about yourself. Have you got the gonads to go and make thy decisions? Because this is it. It's all on now. And yes, I do. I like that. I like that. And I'm ready for that. And I'm focused for that. And I believe I've got my team ready for that. So, yeah, let's get it on.
Do you know your team now?
Maybe one or two things, or maybe we're a bit like that way. But we've got a rough idea of, by now, how we're going to go, and then we're just looking at different things about if the game does this or any eventualities, how we're going to maybe affect that from the rest of the group. But we're pretty far on.
Is essential, or is it just...
80% of teams that get the first goal get a result in all football. So it's always important. But if we all played underneath the odds, we wouldn't play after we lost a goal. So always the first goal is important, but it doesn't mean to say that we would a house of cards time crash in. But the most important thing is that the players buy into how that we believe we want to play, and they go and execute that now. They will take all the credit that they absolutely deserve if they go and execute the plan that we've all put together, and go and play well, and go and get a result, and go and do the right things, and try and get us to the next stage.
In terms of the league, Oldham Athletic is the big draw, isn't it? There's not that many big games. It's mainly big games for the opposition, isn't it? But the Tranmere game and the Leighton Orient game shows that you have the big game mentality, doesn't it?
Yeah, we do. But there's other big clubs. I mean, York's a big club, and so there's big football clubs in the division. But I would probably say if you're going to play for Oldham, you're under a different type of scrutiny, which you've got to be able to handle and almost bring the best out of yourself because of that. So the players are used to that now, the management are used to that now. So we've got to use that now and go and drive ourselves forward.